Hey again, trumpet friends. So we're back. We're going to work on our scales. We have two scales I want us to work on today. First one is our concert B flat scale. Now, when we say concert B flat, that's not the note that we start on, right, when we're in band. So who knows? Think about if we're playing concert B flat, what scale is that for us? Okay, so you're going to have to think one further in the alphabet or one note higher. So if you think A, B, C, right? So this is our trumpet scale C, okay? So when we're playing our C major scale, it's really nice because in our key signature, do we have anything? Nah, we have nothing. There's no flats, there's no sharps, everything is natural, right? Okay, so we're first going to start this. We're going to play it all the way up and down in half notes. So think about how many beats does that get. It gets 2 beats per note. So it's going to sound like this. Now, as we go up in the scale, we have to make sure that we have really strong, fast air, and our corners are coming in to make our aperture, our embouchure, smaller so that air goes through faster, okay? So make sure, same as we've always talked about, nice deep breaths all the way to your belly, none of this stuff, okay? You want to make sure you're sitting up nice and straight and tall all the way up and down as well, okay? So my challenge to you is to see, I'm going to ask you if you can make it all the way to that F before you take a breath. Okay, so you're going to play the first 4 notes. See if you can make four notes on one breath. You got to take a big breath to do it. Okay, here we go. Our concert B flat scale in half notes, or our C scale. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So, if you weren't really able to get all the way up there, that's fine, okay? I'm going to ask you to do something else this time. What I would like you guys to do is buzz. So you're going to buzz the scale while I play it. So you'll be going, and really try and make sure that what's coming out of your mouthpiece matches the sounds on my trumpet. Okay? Let's try again. So you guys are buzzing, just your mouthpiece. 2, ready. Sorry about that, my third valve got stuck. Okay, so we're going to switch now to quarter notes. So how many beats does a quarter note get? Okay, it only gets 1 beat, so it's going to go twice as fast. So, before we go, what I'd like you guys to do is finger through. So we're going to go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. If you need a minute to practice that, if you're not exactly sure, which is fine, just pause the video for a second and make sure that you have your fingerings, okay? You can use a fingering chart, which you should have in your books or something at home. Okay, we're going to try it in quarter notes now. Nice deep breath, 2 feet flat on the ground, sitting up nice and straight and tall. 1, 2, ready. rhythm. Let's do chocolate pie, chocolate pie, chocolate pie. Or if you don't like pie, you can do chocolate cake, chocolate cake. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Cool. Okay, so our next scale we're going to work on is our concert F scale. So remember when we said concert B flat is our C, right? Because it's one further in the alphabet or one note higher. So if I'm asking for a concert F, what is our trumpet scale going to be? What's it going to start on? C, D, E, F, G. Good. So it's going to be our G major scale. So it's going to start and end on G. Okay. Now, something different though with this scale is now we have stuff in our key signature, right? So how do we figure out what that thingy belongs to? Okay, so I've drawn you a closer up picture so we can take a look at it a little closer. So this is what your key signature looks like for G major, okay? So do you notice, it looks kind of like a hashtag, right? But in music, what do we call that? It's a sharp, okay? It's a sharp. Now, how do we know what note this goes with? Okay? The way I figure it out and the way you can figure it out is you look at, is it in a line or on a line or in a space? And you know what? My marker didn't do a very good job, so I'm going to make it a little darker for you. So can you see, these are really good detective eyes, do you notice that there's a line going through the center of the sharp right here? There's a line right there. You see that a little better now? Okay. So since it's around that line, that means it's a line note. So now we got to figure out what note lives on the top line of the staff. Okay? So there's a bunch of different ways to remember this, but I like this one. I go, elephants got big, dirty feet. Can you say that with me? Elephants got big, dirty feet. So since this is feet, what letter does feet start with? Starts with F, right? So this means we have an F sharp. So when we play our G scale, we're playing from G to G. But instead of an F natural like we had in our C scale, we now have an F sharp. So when we get there, we have to remember that, okay? Now take a second and think about, how do we play an F sharp? I'll give you a hint. It's the same fingering as a B natural. How do you finger a B natural? Okay, so it's going to be your second finger. These two notes have the same exact fingering. Okay, so same thing. We're going to play through this in half notes first. Okay, half notes first. And low G, just in case you don't know, low G starts on 1 and 3. So G is the same as D. Okay? So half notes. That's your first note. It's really nice and low. Okay, here we go. 2. Ready? F sharp. Okay, and if your G sounded like mine was too low, too flat, all you have to do is you have to pull in on that third valve slide, okay? So, same thing but in quarter notes. If you need time to go through your fingerings, pause the video now. Remember, G is 1 and 3. We got 1, 2, ready. Okay, let's do a a fun rhythm again. Let's see, can we do chocolate pear, chocolate pear, chocolate pear? So it'll sound like this. Move your fingers fast, not like I just did. Here we go. 2. Ready?